Now tonight, I'm going to make some sheet metal roses. Now this is just a piece of galvanized flashing. I took my palm sander and got as much of the galvanizing off as I could. And I have a template that I made so I can kind of mass produce them. But you can get this template. You can just find it on Google, search under images for sheet metal rose, and this is the one you're looking for. You want this one. All these other ones can go right in the garbage. This is the only one you want. Just do a Google search for images on roses or sheet metal roses. This is the one you're looking for. The same one I got. Let's start just by tracing my template. Nice sharp scribe is all you need. And you're going to need a 4-petal and a 2-petal. So you only need to do the top one and the bottom one. You don't need to do all 4. Then you just connect your 2 lines. Good enough. Now you cut them out. Now, red tin snips, push your waist down to the right. And the green snips, push your waist down to the left. They don't got to be exact, they don't got to be perfect. Lots of sharp edges here, so you probably want to protect your hands a little bit. And this one's going to be the center of the rose, and this will be the outside of the rose. I've always liked making artwork out of scrap metal. I learned how to make these in high school because I went to a trade school. And trade schools are important these days. Seems like nobody has a trade anymore. Seems like nobody knows how to do anything anymore. Scrap sheet metal. I'm going to hang on to my template so I can make more of these easier. And now the green snips, green handle snips, they push your waist down to the left. So they make cutting this direction a lot easier. Now normally you would just use your torch to cut these out, but I don't have a ton of gas. I'm going to cut these in a little deeper. And this one can go a little skinnier. And then you're going to need a hole dead center of both of these. And then I like to take and flatten out my sharp edges. Make sure you don't have any jagged burrs hanging off. The same with the centerpiece here. And now you're going to need a coat hanger. Everybody's got a ton of metal coat hangers laying around. Now this is not going to work with solder. You're going to need an actual brazing torch, and propane is nowhere near hot enough. You're going to need, I got MAP gas and oxygen. You're going to need at least oxygen and acetylene. And I unscrew my oxygen tank because I think it has a slight leak. So now I got to try to be quick here because gas isn't cheap. Oh, and you're also going to need to cut out some leaves for later on. You can just kind of eyeball them. That's all I ever do. I never make a template for them. It's gas time. This is a bronze brazing rod. Doesn't take a lot. I'm trying to go quick here. I'm kind of limited on my gas. You want to take your petals and you want to kind of burn your edges a little. Makes the petals of the roses look a little more natural. And this galvanizing smells absolutely awful. I wish I had some non-galvanized sheet metal. We'll start by heating there and curling it around. Oh, that galvanizing smells terrible. Alright. Kind of curl this one in on itself. Now you want to take and bend your tips out a little. Makes them look a little more natural. Shut my gas off. And there's our completed center. Now you take your 4 leaves. Now we're going to braze that to the coat hanger. And you do pretty much the same thing with this. I'm gonna burn around all your petals. Torch wouldn't pop like that if I didn't have galvanized sheet metal. And the one you don't like the most, like this one I just burnt, we're going to start with that one first because that one will be hidden. And do the same thing, kind of just curl them up. Curl them up and wrap them around. And there's no real art to this. You can kind of make it your own. Just make them as tight as you want. And the metal bends easier if you keep it hot. Shouldn't rush. I'm trying to go quick to save on gas. And the same thing here. Something's going weird with the torch. Hope I'm not running out of oxygen. curl your edges out, make it look like it's a little wilty. Try to make it look natural. You can leave them loose, have them nice and tight. Now for the petals. Bend the tips out. Now you got to kind of have this, pre-tin this a little bit. That is the hard part because you've already done all this work. And then all of a sudden, you accidentally cut the tip of your rose off. A little blob of brazing rod right there. There we go. Success! I need one more. Aw, man. Not the best torch setup in the world, but it works. I forgot to singe the edges of my other petal. I'll get that before I forget. Trying to do her lefty. Oh, had it, lost it. There we have it. Not too bad. Now you can clean this up with an air hose. I like to dip them in muriatic acid, like a diluted muriatic acid. You can straighten these out. I actually think this one looks perfect just the way it is. Now all it needs is a little paint. Put a little red up here, a little green. Or you can get creative. And I made a couple earlier. They look pretty. And of course you got to make a black rose. So I thought that was interesting. Nice little video for a good old Valentine's Day there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There's many more scrap art projects to come. So give the video a like, give it a share, and make sure you subscribe.